What were you doing when you were 14? Let's think about it for a second. For a lot of us, for all of us, that was freshman year of high school, which meant it was a new phase of life. That meant new independence, new freedom, maybe even a new bedtime. So what were you doing with all that liberty, with all those extra hours in the day? Luke Estes spent that time learning and investing in cryptocurrency, but we'll get back to that. Luke was born and raised in a small town called Columbia in the state of Illinois, amongst a very closed-minded community. He was bullied throughout school for developing a devious cultural charisma, which translates as a love for art, music, and fashion, which were very unpopular in his school. He listens to music by JPEG Mafia, Brockhampton, Lil Peep, Roy Blair, and his personal hero, Gus Dapperton. His passion, though, is for fashion, and his homespun wardrobe especially. His favorite place to visit is the thrift store, and 60% of his wardrobe comes from that place. He describes his style as, quote, "If I had a cigarette all the time, it would go with my style." But not to be vague, he loves original brands and 70s Converse. As a result of his childhood environment, he's not particularly fond of religion or politics, but he absolutely adores the internet, which he says was his saving grace from his closed-minded and uncultured community. He also attributes it to the shaping of his personality and his interests. Luke Estes simply is a rugged individual. When asked his reason for attending college, he said, to have fun and to meet girls. So ladies, listen up. Luke values imagination, blatant honesty, and ambiance. Now let's go back to that story. So as a sophomore, Luke was out with some friends, and he's driving home. He gets pulled over by some cops for some hasty driving, and he's awarded a ticket. So when he breaks the news to his parents, they tell him that's cool. Well, it's not cool. I need to get a job and help pay it off. So Luke gets a job, actually surprisingly the next day, making $8.25, which is minimum wage in Illinois. And it takes him approximately 6 months to pay this ticket off. And during that time, he asks himself how he could be making more money. So he takes his interests and his experience with cryptocurrency, and he starts his own business called Off the Chain Capital. And it may surprise you to know that between December of 2016 and December of 2017, Luke was managing $12 million of his clients' money. At this time, he also decides to drop out of this business and to sell the business altogether because it wasn't fun making money for rich people. He also, immediately after this, decided to go back to working for minimum wage. Now, I think this story, especially how it concludes, speaks to Luke's easygoing and humble nature, as well as his subtle ambition for the small things in life. And that about brings us to the present, where Luke is attending Pepperdine as an undeclared major. And he wanted me to leave you with this. You have a responsibility to yourself to be yourself in all situations. Always keep an open mind and know your worth. Luke's friendship and his life tell about these truths.
Okay.